Have you ever had a quiet moment in the middle of your day where you thought, "Am I doing okay for my age?" Not in the sense of comparing yourself to someone on TV or trying to chase youth again, but just a simple, honest check-in with yourself. See, most of the world looks at aging like it's a slow slide downward, like you hit a certain number and everything after that is just about managing decline. But what if I told you that's not the full story? What if I told you there's another way to look at aging, and it's not just about what you've lost, but what you've kept? You see, between the ages of 65 and 80, there's a small group of people, maybe 5% at most, who can still do a handful of seemingly simple things. But those things, they're quiet indicators of something much deeper. If you can still do even one of them, you're not just lucky, you're winning at life. And if you can do more than one, well, you're among a rare, extraordinary few. We will take a walk through these 7 powerful abilities after 65. And the truth, they're some of the strongest indicators of your long-term health, independence, and quality of life. Number 1. Stand up from a chair without using your hands. I know it sounds basic, almost too basic, but stay with me. Imagine you're sitting in your favorite armchair. No armrests, nothing to grab onto. Now, cross your arms over your chest and try standing up in one smooth motion. Did you do it without rocking forward or pushing off your knees? If yes, congratulations. You just demonstrated something that nearly 60% of adults over 70 can no longer do. This isn't just about strength. It's about coordination, balance, and muscle memory. In fact, this movement has become a go-to screening tool for longevity. Why? Because it requires your entire body to work in harmony. Your legs, your core, your brain. And when even one part of that system starts to weaken, this simple movement is often the first to go. Let me tell you about Carl. He's 74 now and spent most of his life working as a high school music teacher. Never a gym guy, never a runner, but he always lived actively, walking to the store, gardening, playing with his grandkids. During a recent checkup, his doctor asked him to perform the chair stand test. Carl crossed his arms and stood up without a wobble. The doctor smiled and said, "That right there tells me more than your blood pressure does." Carl didn't know it, but his everyday movement patterns, things he didn't even think about, had preserved strength and balance that most of his peers had quietly lost. If you're struggling with this right now, don't worry. You can build it back. Start by doing a few chair stands each morning. No fancy equipment. Just sit, cross your arms, and stand, slow and steady. Even 1 or 2 reps a day can reawaken the muscles that protect your mobility. Because once you lose the ability to get up easily, you lose a lot more than movement. You risk your independence. Number 2. Balance on one foot for at least 10 seconds without holding on to anything. Set a timer. Lift one foot a few inches off the ground. Breathe. Focus. Count. It might feel silly, but what you're testing here is incredibly serious. In a large study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine, researchers found something shocking. People in their 70s who couldn't balance on one foot for 10 seconds had an 84% higher risk of dying within the next decade. That number stopped me in my tracks. Why? Because balance isn't just about not falling. It's about how well your brain and body are communicating in real time. It's about strength, stability, and neuromuscular control, skills that quietly erode when we stop using them. Take Eleanor, for example. She's 69 and has always loved dancing. Nothing professional. Just twirling around the living room with her husband or joining a local Zumba class for fun. That love of movement turned out to be a lifesaver. Last year, while brushing her teeth, she noticed she could still stand on one foot easily, switching sides every 30 seconds just for the challenge. When she mentioned it at a checkup, her doctor told her she was doing more for her longevity than she realized. Her balance, kept sharp by years of joyful movement, was a sign that her coordination and nervous system were aging exceptionally well. If you're not there yet, if standing on one foot feels wobbly or impossible, don't panic. Like any skill, balance can be rebuilt. Start small. Stand next to a counter, lift one foot for just 5 seconds. Then try the other. Repeat daily. Over time, aim for 10, then 15 seconds. You can even build it into your routine, while brushing your teeth, waiting for the microwave, or standing in line. Balance is one of those things you don't miss until it's gone, but when it's strong, it gives you confidence in every step you take. These first two signs might seem minor on the surface, but they tell us so much about how well your body is holding up. They reveal strength, stability, and coordination, the physical foundation for everything else in life. And the best part, they're both trainable. You're never too old to regain balance, to rebuild strength, or to move with control again. These aren't just nice-to-haves, they're life changers. Number 3. Comfortably climb a full flight of stairs without pausing. Stair climbing might seem ordinary, but it's one of the clearest indicators of cardiovascular endurance, lower body strength, and overall stamina. In fact, doctors often refer to this as a real-life stress test. Not the kind where you're hooked up to machines, but the kind that plays out in your daily routine, when you're at the mall, at a friend's house, or simply trying to get upstairs at home. Let me tell you about Gloria. She's 76, a retired post office clerk, and lives in a 2-story house that she's been in for over 30 years. Every morning, she takes a mug of tea upstairs to her bedroom, and every evening, she carries a book or folded laundry down without thinking twice. One day, a neighbor asked her, "Don't you find it hard climbing those stairs at your age?" Gloria laughed. "I've never stopped doing it, so my body never forgot how." That's the secret. It's not that Gloria is doing something special, it's that she didn't stop. The moment we start avoiding stairs, our body starts unlearning how to handle them. Muscles shrink, lungs work less, and over time, one flight of stairs starts to feel like a mountain. If stairs have become tough for you, that's okay, but it's also a signal, a quiet message from your body saying, let's build back up. Start with just a few steps at a time. Use a railing for support if needed. Go slowly, but go consistently. Each step is a mini workout that boosts your heart, strengthens your legs, and reminds your body that you're still in motion. This isn't about forcing it. It's about reintroducing what your body was once perfectly capable of doing. Number 4. Carry a full grocery bag comfortably for at least 100 feet. Think about that. You pick up a bag filled with milk, maybe some canned goods, some fruit. Nothing extreme. But you carry it across the parking lot, through the house, to the kitchen. No wincing. No need to set it down after 10 steps. If you can still do that, you're stronger than you think. This movement speaks volumes about upper body strength, core stability, grip power, and even spinal alignment. It's also one of those things that quietly slips away when we don't challenge it. And when it goes, everyday tasks get harder. Carrying laundry, lifting a grandchild, even opening a stubborn jar. Let me introduce you to Henry. He's 71, a retired repairman, and once a week, he walks to the farmer's market in his town. He fills 2 reusable bags, one in each hand, and walks home without stopping. He's not doing it to stay in shape. He's doing it because he enjoys the routine, the people, the rhythm of it. But what he doesn't realize is that this simple act is preserving strength and function that most of his peers have already lost. Carrying weight while walking uses more muscles than we realize. It strengthens your back, activates your core, improves posture, and helps with balance. And the good news, you don't need a farmer's market to start. Grab a bag, put in a few books or water bottles, and practice walking in a safe space. Even a short walk around your home or garden can make a big difference. If you find your arms tire easily or your grip feels weak, that's just your body's way of saying, let's wake these muscles back up. And they will. With time, repetition, and patience, strength returns. And when it does, it doesn't just help with lifting bags, it helps with living life on your terms. So far, we've covered 4 essential signs. The ability to stand without using your hands, to balance on one foot, to climb stairs without pausing, and to carry a grocery bag with ease. On paper, they might not sound groundbreaking, but in real life, they are. These are the movements that let you stay independent. The ones that let you walk through your home without fear, go out without second-guessing yourself, and carry on doing the little things that make up a full, rich life. And remember, if you're already doing one of these things, you're already winning. If you can do 2 or 3, you're in truly rare company. But no matter where you're starting from, each one is within reach. These aren't talents, they're trainable traits. And the training, it doesn't start in a gym. It starts at home. With a chair, a step, a grocery bag, a few minutes a day. The effort is small, but the reward, independence, confidence, and energy that lasts far longer than most people expect. Number 5. Read a book for 1 hour without getting distracted or tired. Now I know, this doesn't sound like a fitness test, but stay with me. The ability to concentrate for a sustained period, especially on something like a book, which requires imagination, focus, and memory, is an incredibly strong indicator of your cognitive health. In a world full of quick videos and instant messages, the quiet act of reading has become rarer than we think, especially for long stretches of time. But if you can still pick up a novel, a biography, or even a good newspaper and really sink into it for an hour, you're doing something that many people half your age struggle with. Reading exercises your brain like a gym workout does for your body. It strengthens attention span, enhances memory retention, and even helps slow down cognitive decline. In fact, several studies have linked regular reading habits with reduced risk of dementia and better emotional regulation in older adults. Let me tell you about Beverly. She's 68, retired from her career as a paralegal, and she's in a book club with a few friends from her church. Every week, she reads a chapter or two of their selected book, and not just skimming. She digs into it, highlights passages, remembers character names. Her granddaughter once said, "Grandma remembers more from her books than I do from school." What Beverly probably doesn't realize is that her reading habit is doing more than just giving her something to talk about. It's preserving neural networks in her brain that are critical to long-term cognitive resilience. And here's the beauty of it. You don't need to be a fast reader or even read difficult books. What matters is consistency. Choose something you enjoy and carve out a quiet time each day to read, even if it's just 10 minutes to start. Gradually build up. Turn off the TV, put the phone in another room, and let your brain stretch and breathe. Because the ability to sit still and focus is a skill, one that gets sharper the more you practice. And if you've kept that skill intact into your 70s or 80s, that's not ordinary. That's exceptional. Number 6. Drive confidently on the highway or in new areas. This might seem unrelated to health at first glance, but think about what driving really involves. It's not just turning the wheel. It's multitasking, reacting quickly, navigating new routes, reading signs, adjusting to traffic, and making real-time decisions under pressure. That's executive function in action. Your brain's ability to plan, adapt, and stay calm under stress. So when someone in their late 60s, 70s, or even early 80s is still comfortable behind the wheel, especially in new places, that tells us something profound about their cognitive flexibility and confidence. Let me introduce you to Maurice. He's 7'9", and just last year took a solo road trip from Oregon to Northern California to visit his niece. He hadn't been to that area in decades, but he looked up the route, planned the stops, and drove over 400 miles on unfamiliar roads without a hitch. When his niece asked if it was stressful, he said, "Not really. I just kept the music low and stayed alert." That kind of response, that's rare, because most people his age begin to restrict themselves to short, familiar routes, or they stop driving altogether, either out of fear or declining ability. But if you can still drive with confidence, navigate new places, and adjust to changes on the road, that speaks volumes. It means your reflexes are still sharp, your eyes and hands are still working in harmony, and your brain hasn't lost its edge when it comes to processing complex, real-time information. It also means you're more independent, able to visit friends, run errands, go to appointments, and enjoy life on your own terms. Now, of course, if driving has become stressful or a vision or reaction time has declined, it's okay to make adjustments. Safety comes first. But that doesn't mean giving up your independence. It just means finding new ways to stay engaged, whether it's public transit, ride-sharing, or scheduling outings with friends. However, if you're someone who's still confidently cruising down the highway, merging with ease, and following a new GPS route without getting overwhelmed, let me tell you, That's a powerful sign that your mind and body are still in remarkable shape. These two signs, being able to read without distraction and drive without fear, show us the less visible side of aging well. They're about focus, confidence, and adaptability. They reflect how well your mind is aging, not just your muscles. And just like strength and balance, these mental skills can be maintained and even improved with consistent, mindful effort. So if you've made it this far and recognized yourself in some of these examples, I hope you're feeling encouraged. Because again, this isn't about doing all 7 things. If you can still do even one, you're already doing better than most. But the exciting part, these skills don't vanish overnight, and they're not gone forever if they've slipped a little. Your brain, just like your body, responds to use, to challenge, to effort. Every page you read, every new street you drive down, every moment you push your focus just a little further, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. Number 7. Sleep soundly through the night without waking up multiple times. I want you to think about last night. Did you fall asleep easily? Did you stay asleep until morning? Or did you wake up again and again, checking the time, shifting in discomfort, staring at the ceiling? Because here's the truth, uninterrupted, restful sleep becomes increasingly rare after the age of 65. And yet, it remains one of the strongest protectors of your brain, heart, immune system, and emotional health. Sleep is when your body repairs itself. It's when your brain flushes out toxins, sorts memories, regulates mood, and resets hormone levels. In fact, researchers at Stanford found that older adults who maintain efficient, high-quality sleep patterns have a dramatically lower risk of cognitive decline, cardiovascular issues, and chronic inflammation. We're talking about real, deep, healing sleep, not just lying in bed with your eyes closed. Take Nancy, for instance. She's 75, and she's made sleep a priority for years. No TV before bed, no late-night snacks. She keeps her bedroom cool, uses blackout curtains, and follows a strict bedtime, even on weekends. While her friends often complain about restless nights or needing pills to fall asleep, Nancy wakes up refreshed. Her doctor once told her, "Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Your blood work looks like someone 20 years younger." That's the kind of result you can't buy in a bottle. Natural, deep sleep is worth more than any supplement or routine. And if you can still fall asleep easily and stay asleep through the night, without medication, you're not just lucky, you're rare. Of course, sleep issues are common, but they're not inevitable. There are real, practical steps you can take starting tonight. Keep a regular schedule, even if you're retired. Turn off screens at least an hour before bed. Dim the lights. Make your bedroom a calm, cool, quiet place. Avoid caffeine late in the day. And if you do wake up in the night, resist the urge to check the time. It only creates more anxiety. It might take time to improve, but the effort pays off in ways you'll feel throughout your entire day. More energy, sharper thinking, better mood. Good sleep is like a reset button for your health. If you've got that gift, if you're still sleeping deeply, naturally, and consistently, you're not just well-rested, you're winning at life. So, let's take a step back and look at the full picture. We've talked about 7 specific things, everyday abilities that most people your age struggle with, but a rare few still hold on to. You can stand up from a chair without using your hands. You can balance on one foot for at least 10 seconds. You can climb a full flight of stairs without needing to pause. You can carry a full grocery bag for 100 feet without straying. You can read a book for an hour without losing focus. You can drive confidently, even in unfamiliar places. And you can sleep soundly through the night, waking up refreshed. If you're 65 to 80 and can do even one of those things, you're doing something truly exceptional. You're in the small percentage of people who are defying the common narrative of aging. You're not fading, you're fighting. You're showing that strength, focus, confidence, and resilience don't disappear with age. They can be preserved, they can be rebuilt, and in many cases, they can even grow stronger. And if some of these areas are challenging for you right now, that's not a failure, that's an invitation, because every single one of these abilities can be worked on. You don't need to change everything overnight. You just need to begin, Small steps. A little balance practice while brushing your teeth. A short walk with a grocery bag. A few minutes of focused reading each day. One stair climbed. One deeper sleep. One better breath. These little moments add up to something big. Something life-changing. Because what you do today matters, not just for how you feel tomorrow, but for who you'll still be a year, 5 years, even 10 years from now. You are not your age. You are your habits, your attention, your intention. And if you still got even one of these 7 abilities, you're not just aging, you're aging exceptionally. So here's my question for you. Which of these 7 can you still do? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear where you're at. And if there's one you want to work on, tell me that too. Because this community, we're in it together. To encourage each other, to grow stronger, not younger, but better. And if you found this video helpful, take a moment to like, share it with someone you care about, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Because we got more coming, more tools, more insights, more ways to stay sharp, independent, and full of life, no matter your age. Until next time, take care of yourself. Keep moving, keep learning, and remember, just one of these things means you're already winning at life.